Good morning, everyone. It is day 10 on the OCT. Just wanted to start off our day with a picture of Haystack Rock, a different Haystack Rock. And if you saw the video from yesterday, towards the end, you would see that I noted that we couldn't see this at all yesterday during the day. It's a pretty huge rock compared to, you can see it compared to the dunes right over there. It is taller than they are. It was completely obscured by fog, and it's not that far off of the shore. So we were really surprised when the locals said, no, there's a huge rock right out there, and we couldn't see it. But last night we just got a glimpse of it. We said, oh, look at that. I think there's a shadow of a rock out there. Sure enough. And there it is. Now we got a much better view of it this morning. So just wanted to bring that to you. Good morning. It is 7:45 a.m. We are just a quarter of a mile in as we walk out of town and back down here to the beach. So we are gonna go past the town of Pacific City this morning. We're kind of just at the north end of it here where we stayed last night. And we got about 12 miles to do. Probably half of those are road walking, so that's not going to be fantastic, but hopefully there's a nice shoulder. It is a foggy day, but not nearly as bad as the previous ones. Got some surfers going out here. It's a bit chilly down here at the beach. We have left the beach and we are walking down whatever road this is. I'll tell you in a second. It is a Brooten, B-R-O-O-T-E-N, Brooten Road. We are going to be on this for about 2.5 miles. So far, the shoulder is pretty good, so this isn't so bad. And then we'll have a ways to go, unfortunately, I think on Route 101. So anyway, not super exciting for us or for you, so I'll stop taking this recording now for your sake. Here we are back on the beach. We've got just a couple more miles to go into the town of Neskowin or Neskowin. I'm not really sure how to say that. And we're gonna go in there, pass through town, and our campsite is maybe a mile or so on the other side, just down Route 101 again. So here we go, finishing up our day. It's about 10 of noon right now. So we're making good progress here. All right, a very unexciting video here, but this sand is really cool. It's black, volcanic sand or something here, maybe potentially. Not really sure, but it's a really pretty color. Yeah, so grays and blacks and browns all kind of mixed in there. So there you go. Just wanted to show you that. So we're just getting into the town of Neskowin, or Neskowin, which is, we're just about to turn in there, and there's this little island, I suppose, that is called Proposal Rock. And I think the tides will come up at some point and maybe surround it. I'm not really sure about that, but it looks like there are maybe right now with we're kind of mid-tide right now. You can get around and maybe do some tide pooling on the other side, perhaps. But it's pretty neat. Just this little raised island with the trees growing on it, right out right off the beach here. Very different from things that we normally see on the East Coast. We don't see these kinds of structures, and it's pretty neat. All right, this is the wrap up for day 10. We prepped for this one. Because yesterday was a bit of a disaster. So, okay, wrap up for day 10.
So much better this time.
So we were off to a good start. We started this morning in the north end of Pacific City.
Cape Kiwanda.
At Cape Kiwanda, yes, and Haystack Rock. And so we were in the county park last night for our camping, and did 12 miles. Half of which, or so, maybe a little more than half, was road walking. So we'll just start there.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely. But let's see. So this morning, it wasn't as bad as far weather-wise, right?
It wasn't as sucked in. Yes,
yeah.
Correct. We were able to see Haystack Rock,
right?
Which we were not able to see last evening. It
right.
was completely at all yesterday when we hiked into
right.
Cape Kiwanda by what? 12? We
were there at lunchtime.
One-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking to some of the locals and chatting with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Haystack Rock. Did you see it?
It's right out there.
Well, it's right out there. Like there's nothing out there."
Yeah, well, guess we're not seeing it because it's not there. Yeah.
Anyway, we did see it this morning, so you're right. It wasn't as thick.
Yeah, we got a glimpse of it last night when we were out. Mm-hmm. We went out after dinner and just sat there by the beach for a little bit.
Watched the surfers a little bit.
Yeah, and you could sort of see it through the haze, but this
just
morning
suddenly you just kind of look out and you refocus. You're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, wait a minute, there's something there. So, and it was large. It was very large. Yeah. So, anyway, so we saw that this morning. Had a decent view of it, so that was nice. So then we had about a mile walk on the beach that we were supposed to do. And about a mile and a half in, I noticed that there were no longer any houses next to us along the dunes. So checked our app, and sure enough, we were about a half mile past where we were supposed to be.
It was the perfect
it was
sand
fine.
Consistency.
Yeah.
We were chatting.
Yeah.
It was like, la.
Yeah, just having a good conversation and just walking along, because normally we don't get to walk side by side, right? On this trail, we walking along the beaches, we get to walk together quite a bit, so it's different. So we were having a conversation and just completely lost track. Yeah, I know. So we had to turn around, and because we were on a peninsula at that point, and so we had to turn around and go back the half a mile. We did ask some locals. It was like, hey, can we get out down there at the
Honestly,
end?
I thought that the woman thought I was going to mug her. Half the people who are on the beach think that we're homeless.
Yeah.
I think that she thought we were homeless.
We're one of 4 people walking down the beach in the entire Oregon coast with backpacks on. So
anyway.
yeah. So that was kind of a funny thing. But then we had to go back half a mile. And so that was fine. That took us into Pacific City, and that's where we began our road walk. So 6.5 miles or whatever of road walking.
There was a shoulder, so it wasn't hateful.
Yeah.
But
when we first left Pacific City, or going through it, it was fine. There was, it was town, so there was shoulder. That road then had very little shoulder. It wasn't non-existent. It was just not very much of it. And then we got down to Route 101, and it was great. Mm-hmm. We had nice wide shoulder, so that was fine. So anybody that's going through this after us, just know that between Pacific City and Neskowin, there's a nice shoulder. So then we got onto another road, which was fine. That was just a dirt road that leading out to the beach, so it was no big deal there. So then we had a couple miles of beach walk, which was also nice.
Mm-hmm. Found some full sand dollars.
Yeah.
Full sand dollars, we're seeing lots of bits and pieces, but not whole ones.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. We were just kind of looking at...
Until I interjected.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say we were doing some, looking for rocks and shells and sand dollars and things like that. So that was kind of nice. We weren't kind of speed walking through it. We were enjoying that part a little bit more. So that was nice. And then just as we got to our turnoff here at town, or there at town, we're now beyond Neskowin, there was that big rock there in the water too, Proposal Rock.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. there were actually a couple of weddings set up on the beach, 2 of them around that area. So there was going to be the services there shortly. So that was neat to see Proposal Rock. It was, again, kind of like large, like Haystack Rock was, trees growing on it. That was pretty cool. That is where the Ghost Forest is.
Yeah.
Right there. Unfortunately, the tide was too high for us to see it, so we will have to come back someday and see that and check it out. But that's where, right, there's as we're told,
an old ancient forest that is completely now underwater.
The stumps of the trees are underwater. So that would have been really cool to see. Unfortunately, we didn't get to this time, so we'll come back another day. So we went into that. We went in and had grabbed some food for dinner at the market, and then because it was lunchtime at that point, we had already eaten lunch. And then just walked the mile down here to our to this public campground.
It's a resort.
So it is a resort. Actually, it's an RV resort. So it's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah,
it has what we need. It does have laundry. We're not going to do laundry, but yeah, there's a nice shower.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a pool, full kitchen, that kind of thing. I mean, I think that you have residents here who stay here year round, or at least long term.
Long term, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they have tennis courts. They have a basketball court, I think. Volleyball, like a beach volleyball or outdoor. Indoor heated pool, which is really nice. And like Saturday nights, they do potluck dinners. They apparently play bingo. They have
right now.
Bingo's right now. We're missing it. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice place, and they have activities like that for their residents.
So when we first got in, we were still wearing our packs, and we had gotten signed in and everything else. But this older woman comes up to us, and she just starts chatting, and pretty much while giving us the dirt on
everything,
the RV resort.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
Yeah. It was funny.
Backpacks are still on, and she's like, like we're best friends.
Right.
She's holding my hand, and it was
It was
fun.
probably 10-15 minutes of just standing there and listening to the dirt.
gossip.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. Yeah.
Oh, I hate him. Oh, here he comes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Don't go down.
I can't even hear him listen to him talk. I'm like, okay. Anyway.
Don't go down to the other end because the sewer is backed up and
right.
stuff like that. Yeah, it was great.
It was funny.
So anyway, I was just going to say, now that reminded me too that apparently there is a bear that has been coming to the campsite here.
Just the last 2 days. Apparently.
Yes. So we are in the tenting area and kind of next to the office and
which
the
is
pool.
very nice, actually.
It's great. Yeah, I'll show you too in a minute. And but there's a trail that leads up into the trees here, right next to the tenting area, and apparently that's where the bear came down last night. So there is a trap set up now for it. I think it was maybe a mother and a cub or two.
Yeah, there was mention of the cubs.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe Mike Duvall. Maybe we'll get to see that first bear. Who would have thought that it would have been on the Oregon Coast Trail and not on the PCT?
Well,
but
yeah,
you don't know. So
where people are.
Yes, yeah, and when the trash cans are right here too. So
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's day 10. Tomorrow we have 10 miles down to we're actually staying in Waimea Beach, I think, which is the north end of Lincoln City. So we're staying in that space tomorrow. We're actually going to take the next day off. We haven't had one yet since we started this trail, so we're going to take a day off and just try to relax a little bit, enjoy it,
Plan the next section.
and see what's next. Tomorrow there's a long road walk as well, which we read from comments has very little to no shoulder. Cars go fast. Yeah. So we may hitch that tomorrow because the bus isn't running because it'll be a Sunday. Otherwise we probably would take the bus when we got to that point, but
to hell with skipping miles when it comes to that
when
situation.
it comes to safety. Yeah. And so anyway, so that's tomorrow. You'll be along for the ride for that, and I think that's it for day 10.
Yes.
All right, so have a good night. I will show you the campsite. Good night, everyone.
Night.
All right, so here is the campsite for the night. It is just a an open tenting area that anyone can use, but hikers on the OCT or otherwise are allowed to use this space as well. Minimal fee. It really wasn't expensive, $25 or something like that maybe. It was very reasonable. But yeah, again, in here they have a heated indoor pool. There's laundry in this building as well. The office space is in the next building over, but kind of as you can, they do the potluck dinner. There's a whole like dining area inside that building as well. They have a nice pavilion here with some heaters, and there's a fire pit or two in there, and lots of picnic tables. So that's all space that we can use. I think we're allowed to use the kitchen inside that area as well. At the other end of that building are bathrooms and really nice showers. So that was great. They even have a gym. We haven't been in it, but we can see equipment through the windows down there. So they do have a little workout area as well. So right here, so again, our tent site's right there. And right there is where the bear comes down apparently, or at least where it came down last night. And of course the trash and the dumpsters are all right here as well. So we'll see if that happens again tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty nice RV resort. There's 4 roads that kind of lead back where all the RVs are. You can see back here's one of them, and it's just lined with RVs, and I'm sure people come in for the weekends and week long reservations, but some people are here for, I'm guessing, the season. So yeah, it's a nice place. Recommend it. And I am blanking on the name at the moment, so I will make sure that I put that list that here as well. Okay, have a good night everyone, hope you're well.